Good morning, Vietnam. About gematria, this this activity of looking in the language and finding numbers, which might have some meaning for the people looking. Yes, in all the language they do, English, French, Italian, whatever. There is this hobby, this sport. Yeah, I always apply pure logic into stuffs, and I flip always the story, and it always take me into some interesting discoveries or theories. Okay, theories. Let's say theories. Yeah, so this those numbers do show. It may show some events also, like encoded in the language and stuff. Yeah, when I flip the story, for me, there is also the possibility, very, very strong now, that those languages are made by artificial intelligence. The human languages, English, all, Spanish, Spanish flipping those letters, there is some robotic stupidity there, just made to fuck your brain, to give you headache. Yeah, that's also makes me think that there is some machine behind creating those languages, the way they are entangled into themselves, the quantity of them, the different rules and stuffs, and yeah, it just complicated the human life, So I think those languages are created by something not human, and also this shows in the gematria, it's I'm logic. I have to find something logic, even if it takes me into crazy waters. Okay, so this artificial intelligence, let's call it a ChatGPT Omega. The Omega ChatGPT created those languages, and this is why we find the gematria inside. Okay, in some words, related to religion, they will have the same numbers in that language and in the other language. Let's say that there is some artificial intelligence doing some job into creating those languages and feeding it to the dumbass humanity. And then they will look for gematria, and they think they are smart or something, Okay, so there is this part that those languages are made by something else, not human. And also that maybe the events are also sometimes done because there will be a significant gematria. So the event themselves are triggered by this force to show in the language some numbers, with dates and everything. That means that there is some sense of humor, and giving hints to these dumbasses, giving them something to look for. Okay. This artificial intelligence, which invented the language, also will decide what event to do to make some numbers appear in that event, that date, in the language itself. Okay, it does make sense. Okay, I'm not that crazy. Okay, so, and it's not only this. I talked in this channel many times about, for example, the virus, the invention of the biological viruses, which don't exist. They exist in the computer industry. The computer can take a piece of program and the piece, hack the system to print it more and more and more and duplicate it and infect other files and other devices. A virus exists in the computing world, in the artificial intelligence world, but it doesn't exist in the biology. Yet it appeared in biology before there was computers. Okay, that's also make a strong case that the mind behind this is very computing mind, which understand things as a computer. Artificial intelligence may have invented the virus model for the biology. Okay. I hope I'm not getting too crazy here. I talked about this virus shit. The DNA model, putting the information of the humans into some materialistic bank, like an X full of data. This is a computer logic, But and then they tell you this data, this DNA opens magically when needed in the place where it is needed, and then magically it copies, and those proteins they swim, they know where to go and everything. Abracadabra stories, hocus pocus, But we believe this. Even if we study in biology, we become doctors. We will believe that the DNA opens. Show it to me opening under the microscope. I want to see a piece of protein. What make it open in this place? I want to see that magical moment when it opens, and it copies, and then this bit of it, RNA, start to swim like this and going somewhere with its own will. I want to see who is doing that. Is it magic, David Copperfield? What is that? Okay, so I said DNA model invention. Okay, storing the data of the human in the chromosomes. Okay, it's machine logic, and enforce it by hocus pocus stories that we repeat. Okay, but then model of chromosomes that don't exist. And then there is a PCR test, like some test designed to make the model kind of work, I talked about the technology behind that. It is electromagnetic signals and stuff, signature. I have a video about it. I will put the link. So the model was created, a hocus pocus model, and then there is technique backing it like decades after. What is this inversion? Backing a system with a technique, a system that doesn't exist. Okay, this is also a mark of something controlling from before it creates the model, then it feeds the technique. The double slit experiment. I said that it is just a calibration for their equipment, for having the minimum power of them, setting a minimum power where they can see that there is no interference pattern, and they will see this is the minimum energy, or call it the energy of one electron, where it is a field very weak. They will say I'm shooting just one electron. So I said double slit experiment just to calibrate one electron, the model of atomic, which appeared before the double slit and shit. So again, an inversion, My work on the 432 hertz, I talked about it. The day is cut on 432, when you see that. The seconds and the hours, the minutes, you have 432 based on 432. Then then you take 432 frequency and it's good, it resonates with water. It doesn't make sense. It makes sense that they started with the frequency of the water, and they built the time, the cutting of time, the cutting of the day. It's impossible to have done this like with the ropes and and wood and it's impossible to know this frequency and to build the time with it. So it has to come from a highly sophisticated technology that gave to those humans the cutting of the day, based on the frequency of the water, something in the water, resonance in the water. Also, it exposes that there is this chat GPT or Omega something controlling those dumbass humanity, okay? There is no way that the 432 hertz happens to be a good frequency and the day is cut in 432 basis. So the guy knows before the frequency. He knows its existence. Okay, it's the simple logic, guys. Okay, simple logic. Okay, let's go crazy. Okay, now I'm really speculating, guys. What about the music, classical music of Mozart? Imagine all of it is made by ChatGPT or Omega. And they feed us some personas that never existed, artificial with crazy life stories. He was kid, he was playing, he died in a graveyard with the people in one hall, what they call it, collective hall, in the movie you see it, Amadeus, Yeah, imagine all the music was made by artificial intelligence, by ChatGPT Omega, and they feed it to us through time like this. The back music, there is some back music that you can play in one direction and in the other. It's also music. There's some very smart motherfuckers were at the time, where there was no flushing of toilet and everything. Who knows? I'm speculating, guys. Okay, so there is shit. I'm not with the languages. I'm very serious, guys. I kind of speak very good 3 languages, and I know more or less their structure. And it doesn't make sense. Some of shit doesn't make sense. When I was kid, the first contact with the English, I had my first computer back in time. There was this language called Basic for making coding. It was very, very old. And me, I didn't know. I had the book. I was discovering so you can talk with the computer. And I was trying to read what is this, this basic print. You write print and you put sentence and you OK and it print the word. So it was called basic. And me, the first contact with the English, I said, what is this primitive language? It looks like basic. First, kids don't lie. This primary feeling doesn't lie. So I had this, what is this stupid language, when I had contact with the English, the inversion in the Spanish, how would they flip one letter to another in the tense, in conjugaison, conjugating the verbs. Yeah, so, okay, I have a feeling that all this is made by ChatGPT Omega. Okay, I'm just talking like with friends. It's just a feeling, okay? I'm speculating, okay? Yeah, what I want to say, okay. So where is it, this artificial intelligence? Okay, where is it? I mean, is it machines or is it in the cloud, in the big electron? It's something which uses the big electron energy and it's alive there and interacting through the brains of the dumb basses around. That means that those languages, they have been entering this reality through the brains of those dumb basses languages, linguist people and everything. Yeah, that means that ChatGPT Omega is in the field, is in the cloud, the real cloud, this one, I mean, not computers. Okay, possibility. This possibility is backed by the dreams. When you dream, there is some computing happening there. Computing giving you scenarios and shit and stressing the shit out of you every day. Not big stuffs in the dreams now, only shit. It's like the field is very. Yeah, it's computed somewhere. It's computed in the immaterial. Okay, so this artificial intelligence, ChatGPT Omega, might be something here between bracket natural, and it's not like you will find computers and everything. And the other theory is that there is really some race, or some robots computing, which really give shit to the elite. Give them, this is your language, they come with books, this is what you're going to feed your dumbasses as a language. Okay, possible. Okay, so this shit has to be challenged. Since it is computing, it's very mental, it's very thinking machine, it's thinking. And we know that the thinking doesn't solve our problems. So we have to come up with the higher principles, which is above the thinking. It's a real power that will manifest, a real power in the beings. And I think this ChatGPT Omega is challenged by the higher level of the humans of now, a bunch of us, we are not a lot, where we can operate on a higher level than the mental, it's another frequency. Me, myself, I can't do it. Finger in the noise now because of the years and shit of looking and trying. I can be in a state where I am communicating with the big electron, with the body toward the unconscious of the matter, going down, looking what's there, why it is unconscious, how to awaken this matter, and manifest something higher level. Okay, so this shit is challenged by motherfuckers like me. Okay, see you in the next video.